What's going on, everybody? This is King Gabe here.
And this is Queen Tina.
And we're about to tell you about a movie you know. It's a magical place in Louisiana. Hey, ironic, that's where we live.
Tell me, what part of Louisiana?
Well, it's in the South, called New Orleans now. Just down below where we're at, because we're up here in Shreveport.
Oh, the really down south.
And down in the South, the movie will be The Princess and the Frog. The Princess and the Frog. What's going on, everybody? That would, yeah, you're probably about to think, like, is he going to sing throughout this whole thing? Well, I would have probably had to prepare probably done a lot of preparation to do this whole thing in song. Be like the critic when he did the whole Grinch review in rhyme.
I know it would take days to prepare it in song.
Oh, yeah.
And possibly maybe a whole week.
Might probably be the equivalent of writing another book.
Yes.
Well, almost close to that there, but yeah.
If you do an entire movie, and if it's nothing but song for the dialogue in the entire movie, like Les Miserables, I know it would take months.
Lord, because that was a long movie. Not saying it's a bad movie though, but it was very long though.
Well, heck, it's just a musical.
Mm-hmm.
They sang throughout the entire movie their entire dialogue.
And we got our boy Hugh Jackman as Wolverine to be in it.
Yes.
Yep. So, as for what we're looking at, though, not quite as long. Princess and the Frog, of course, yep. Yep, as a courtesy of my baby Ash, she picked this out for you guys there. She wanted to get a little New Orleans flavor for this review.
It's been a while since I saw this movie.
Same here. I think I don't know the last time. I know we got it on DVD, but I don't know the last time I looked at the movie there.
We may have saw it in the theater when it first came out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we probably did there because it's 2009.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this movie's over 10 years old by now.
Mm-hmm. Almost close to 15.
Yes.
When next year come around.
And once, I would say 2029 comes, it'll be like 20 years old.
Mm-hmm. Hope y'all be ready for that anniversary.
And might be part of the Disney Vault.
Sort of like so many other classics that we got there.
I think when a Disney movie reaches like 20 years or more.
They hit the Disney Vault then?
I'm just going by assumption. Either 20 years or more.
Okay. Yep. Well, like I said, this so yeah, this there's a lot that I found on this movie there. Kind of after we watched it and then kind of looked up a few things about it. Like for instance about the most memorable character in this movie, the Shadow Man.
Also known as Dr. Facilier.
Oh yeah, and if y'all have seen my previous videos on the channel relating to Descendants, you'll know, yeah, my character that I made up for Descendants is the son of Dr. Facilier, Xavier. And he is quite the charmer.
Too bad I forgot what's his first name. We know his last name is Facilier, but I totally forgot his first name.
Yeah, if y'all know before we say we might find out later, but if y'all figure it out, yeah, let us know in the comment section. Yeah, but they got quite a history with this movie here. And one thing about it, like one of my friends was saying, we was talking about this and other type of Disney movies like this. You know, Disney was definitely trying to experiment with, different tastes of different cultures and stuff like that. You know, like we've had even in the beginning of Disney, you know, you had Agrabah with Aladdin, and which originally, if you look up Aladdin's history, originally was a movie in China, but they switched it to Agrabah. Honest, and I've seen some old films of the original Aladdin as it was meant to be told.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Disney did a better job with theirs there.
I think Beauty and the Beast took place in France and The Little Mermaid took place in Denmark.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the original writer of The Little Mermaid is born in Denmark.
Okay. And now the live action Little Mermaid is supposed to be kind of Caribbean style. Ooh, excuse me.
Oh yeah, in the Caribbean somewhere.
Right.
It's not so far from the Atlantic Ocean.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So yeah, they definitely are dabbling with different new things as far as, you know, different, you know, places around the world and, you know, and cultures and stuff like that.
And they don't have to follow the original source material all the time.
Oh yeah, that's one thing about adaptations of any movie. Yeah, it's, you know, you don't want to you want to adapt the source material. Don't get me wrong, but being that it's been told before and you're telling this again, yeah, you kind of do want to add a little something new to this. You know, like a new way of telling it to a new audience there.
Especially for generations to come.
Mm-hmm.
Because they like to see new stories.
Right. And that's even like your live action adaptations have done that there. So, yep. And of course, Princess and the Frog, of course, is a story of course a lot of us know. Matter of fact, the movie starts off with it being read to our title character, Tiana, as a little girl. Read, of course, by her mother, played by Oprah Winfrey. And you get a frog prince. You get a frog prince. And you get a frog prince.
giving every lady in the audience frogs. What's next? She gonna give every male audience member female frogs?
Or, if referring to another story, she might give them swan princesses.
Oh.
For the guys.
Give them swans?
Uh-huh.
So guys get the swans and the ladies get the frogs, and they will kiss them and they will turn into prince and princesses.
Mm-hmm. Boy, Disney missed an opportunity with that Swan Princess movie, though.
Too bad another company took that idea already.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't come out with that one there. Because I mean, the way it looked, you'd think Disney would have took it there, since they all about the fairy tales.
Maybe in a possible reboot of Swan Princess, Disney might take over.
Think so?
Yeah, in a reboot.
Yeah. And then another reason you would think, not just because of fairy tales, but because fairy tales involving princesses.
Yes.
You know, that's another thing that's really got them on the map, is those princesses there. Mm-hmm. And they say, you know, you see them everywhere on the SpaghettiOs and the cereal and all that.
As well as toys, the toy line and clothes.
You can imagine how much of a killing they make off of that.
We see that Disney princesses make so much money. Same goes with superheroes, DC and Marvel superheroes. They make a lot of money too.
Yep, as well as and also other things as well, other franchises,
including Barbie, Hot Wheels, all the Mattel toys and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The Mattel line in general.
Yep, there's a lot of franchises, that's for sure.
Yes.
Yep.
They've been around for years and they still making money today.
Oh yeah. So, as with the Princess and the Frog, yeah, like a bit they're reading, you know, Oprah's reading it to them, to Tiana, and of course this other friend of hers, Charlotte, who's a really big daddy little princess girl.
And she's white.
Oh yeah. Yep. But her and her dad, they're real nice too with Tiana and her family there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Tiana's mom works as the maid for them.
Oh, he mentioned about her being the best seamstress.
Oh, seamstress.
Yeah, she does a lot of, like, him and I think it involves. Yeah, I think it involves like him and
And so,
yeah, stuff with the clothings there.
hmm.
Yeah, because the little girl was wanting a dress and everything. He said, "Oh, you think you could possibly make something?" Of course I can.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, they're in really good. They really got a good relationship with these. With of course the father and his little girl there.
Yes.
Sort of reminds me of my grandparents. Some people that they worked. My granny. Some people that she worked for, and was a white family, and they was a really kind family there.
Yes.
Matter of they treated they pretty much accept took like me my mom, my brothers, and all of us that came from them, all pretty much like a second family to them.
Yes.
Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, it kind of makes me think of that there.
And I guess Casey and her family's like your next generation.
Oh yes, yes it is. Yep. Yeah, we got. So yeah, that just go to show you. Yeah, we got. And this thing, when you got good people, just good people in general, regardless of what the color is, keep them keep them around, treat them right. They treat you right. You know that's what the good goes all around.
Yes.
Yeah. And speaking of good going all around, you see a little insight into Tiana's home as she's growing with her mom and dad.
The poor side of New Orleans.
Oh yeah, and sharing gumbo with the neighborhood.
And we see that Tiana adds some Tabasco to make it extra spicy and special. Let's just say everybody in the neighborhood loved it.
Oh yeah, makes me wonder. And I know they put mushrooms in there, which I'm not, of course, a mushroom person, but I have had all the other stuff that goes in mainly the chicken sausage gumbo.
Yes, they also have seafood gumbo.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, I'm more of the chicken sausage, and I know the other stuff in there, which I am cool with: celery, the carrots, the okra, and all that, tomatoes.
I wonder if they put potatoes in gumbo.
I don't think, maybe some people might. I'm not sure. Not in the gumbo I've eaten that I recall there, but there might be some people out there that might do it. Because one thing about gumbo, and even you take dishes like jambalaya,
Yes.
any of those type of dishes, a lot of time, yeah, people tend to pretty much do. I would say, I put it this way, they do a better job version of what I used to call myself do back in my college days, when I used to take some chicken noodle soup and then just start throwing random stuff in the house. Which was they had had canned mixed vegetables, wings on all that. Yeah,
It was a mess.
but I did. Now I don't think I would eat it now, but I ate it back then though. Yeah, cause one day my mom was like, cause she had the same reaction you had.
Yeah.
She was like, you better eat it too. you making all this stuff, Gabe.
I know our kids will feel the same way. Once you cook it, you better eat it before you serve it to us.
Right. Yeah. Always taste what you eat. What you cook. I mean, sorry.
Taste what you cook.
Yes. Taste it.
That's what I usually do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like they told Neptune in that episode of SpongeBob when he made those Krabby Patties. Like, these are delicious. Eat it, eat it, eat it. Yeah, it wasn't no good. Because they weren't made with love.
Oh.
And I think that's also, you could say the same with the food in the movie there, especially from Tiana's family, made with love.
Yes.
Because I think that's kind of one of the things that's sort of hinted at in the movie, as you go throughout, and they go through their little journey in the movie.
Is love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because which makes a lot of sense, because I mean when you get into whether you, like in my case, with my comics, or even just with just cooking.
Yeah.
If you're passionate with it, yeah, there's gonna be some love in that now.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what's gonna make it really special, especially something that you're passionate about there, regardless of what it might be. You know. Yep, and obviously, if you're passionate about it, you're gonna look at it as its own art. You say like with you doing your cookings there.
Yes.
It's kind of like an art for you, huh?
In a way.
Art that I eat every day. Oh yeah. So
we see that Tiana tried to wish upon a star, and then Dad showed her the future of his restaurant, of the restaurant he wants to open, and he said someday this will be yours. And he did stated that wishing upon a star take you only part of the way, but you have to do the rest yourself through hard work.
Yep. Matter of fact, it's even had to say same thing is said even for have faith, praying for something there, praying to God for something like in the movie The Red Fern Grows.
Yes.
When they one of the things they mentioned to the boy Billy who wanted his own hound dog, say meet God halfway.
Yes.
Yeah. Translation is that even when you pray something, yeah, you say you have faith that you're gonna get it, but you still got to put some, you gotta do some things yourself. Just like even getting a job, you pray that you get the job, but how you gonna get the job? You don't even go up there and fill out the application. Yeah, the people up there that you're trying to get the job for, they ain't gonna come to you and say, okay, just hand you the job and you ain't even fill out an application for it.
Well, the movie didn't state God only meets you halfway, but it is hinted at. It gives you a hint that the wishing star represents God because He made the entire universe. Yep,
and sort of the movie's fantasy version of what in reality that would be prayer for us there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Prayer. I think the star is like a metaphor. In
a way, it's a good way to point it out, especially for the childrens there.
Yes.
Yeah. They say we read fairy tales to our children. That's a good way to kind of connect. Give them their fantasy and also give them a little bit of reality, but at the same time motivate them.
Yes.
That's what I really like with the dad in that scene. He let her have her little fantasy with the star, but he also gave us some realism, but at the same time encouraged her still.
Yes.
Just being real of okay, yeah, you want to do this. This is what you got to do.
Yes.
Yeah. And boy, does she grow up to work hard.
Let's just say years later, she worked 2 jobs. She has a day job and a night job. I think they're both restaurant jobs.
Oh dear, that's making me think of one of my boys back at Kroger that used to work there. He was working full time at Kroger up in the day and then at the casino at night.
Yes.
And them eyes would be red when he come to work at Kroger.
Yes.
Lord have mercy. Matter of fact, he said he was so tired one time he fell off his motorcycle there, riding he had some little. He was okay though, but fortunate he rolled into somebody's driveway there.
Don't get me started if he was in a vehicle and while he's driving he dozed off.
Oh boy. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one thing. That's all the more reason to thank God we still here.
Yes.
Yeah, like Steve Harvey say, he could have been worse, but hey, he was able to live to tell the tale.
Yes.
Yeah, and I saw the proof of it with the scars on his arm.
Yes.
But he was still there though. Yeah. He told me all about the details of how he be feeling between the jobs there.
At least with Tiana, she doesn't have to drive. She just takes the train to
her
second job.
Yeah, got a little bit of fuss there.
I bet in her mind she wants to sleep, but she doesn't have the time to sleep because she has to go to her next job.
And she's focused on what she wants to accomplish with the earnings from those jobs there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But and of course, of course she does get a bit of a break. When of course her friend Charlotte shows up, her dad has been made king of the Mardi Gras parade. Or pretty much the king of the Mardi Gras in general.
Yeah.
So because of this, he's invited a prince. So he's also invited Prince. I think it was Naveen. Naveen. Yeah, Prince Naveen. Over there for this royal ball that he's having.
Yes, Prince Naveen almost reminds me of Aladdin because the way his face looked.
I guess like if Aladdin was French.
Yes. And he stated he's the Prince of Maldonia.
Now, okay. So, I think from what I heard, Maldonia was a place that they made up for the movie, I think.
Yes.
But I guess you could say, since he has that French accent, that maybe it's a fictional French town.
Maldonia.
Sort of like how Wakanda's a fictional place in Africa there.
Yeah. If Maldonia does exist, it might not be too far from Paris, France.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, it might be near Paris.
Since that's kind of the main central part of France there.
Yes.
Paris, the city of love and lights. And now, it is where we divide and conquer Napoleon.
Yes. We thought that Prince Naveen is loaded, and as well as he is full of himself at times. I thought he was loaded until his assistant mentioned that he's just cut off from his own parents and he's broke.
Yeah. The parents they got the riches, but yeah, we don't know what exactly happened that led to them doing that to him, but it's pretty. So yeah, it's not quite like coming to America there.
I think he just reached the age of being an adult.
Yeah, maybe not completely sure how the rules of this particular kingdom work. Because first thing you kind of would think, because I know later they mentioned about him having a little brother.
Yes.
So I'm assuming he's the firstborn.
Yes.
Unless there's some older brothers that we don't know about there.
He might be the firstborn.
You think so?
Yes.
So you would think, being firstborn, that usually the rule of the royals is they're going to be the next in line.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm not sure exactly how that's working there. If you're cutting them off. I mean, I understand you want to teach him responsibility. I get that.
Yes.
But, yeah, if he's cut off, how is he going to rule the kingdom, though? I mean, it seems like the thing to do would be to, just pretty much teach him responsibilities of managing the kingdom.
And I know the only way for Prince Naveen to get his riches back and as well as being next in line to be king is to marry a rich lady. Either that or just get a job like everybody else. And he doesn't want to get a job. So
maybe two theories I think may be going on with that.
Yeah.
Because remember they said the daddy, Charlotte's dad, he's the king of the Mardi Gras. And, obviously he spoils his daughter.
Yes.
But it's not like a king like, say, like in Coming to America,
or just an official king of a
right
country.
It's more like in a title. In a way, I guess you could say he's more on the level of what we would call a mayor today.
Yes.
So maybe that's what's going on with that particular king. His dad maybe is more maybe he's kind of like Charlotte's dad.
Yes.
Maybe of course, it's stated that, 2 royal lines of riches and stuff like that. Yeah. That's it's kind of confusing of how this kingdom works here.
Hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, yeah. I want to hurt my brain like Beast Boy. All of that boing.
Why, in order for make Prince Naveen's wish come true, he just met with the shadow. He just had a meeting with the Shadow Man.
Oh yeah, that's Dr. Facilier comes in.
Yes. And let's just say it's the biggest mistake he ever did.
Yep, and he illustrates that in song. The cards, they tell all. The past, the present, and the future, you see. You come from a line of royalty, but your funds are low. Daddy cut you off. Mama, Daddy cut you off, didn't they? Yeah, good old Keith David playing the Shadow Man, by the way.
Also reminds me of a male version of Poor Unfortunate Soul.
Yeah, Ursula.
Yes.
Yeah. I know back when I was doing my the other channel with the reactions with Brownny, our former co-writer had a theory that maybe Ursula married Facilier, or maybe when Facilier got sent into the Shadow Realm, which will happen later. Spoilers. Maybe Ursula somehow got him out or some kind of way. Or maybe he met up with her down there or something like that. Some kind of way they formed an alliance deal, and yeah, and next thing you know, that's how she got Uma, and I guess also his children as well that we see in Descendants, Amelia.
Yeah.
But yeah, that could be a possibility because they both like to make deals. But there's also, why wouldn't Amelia have tentacles like Uma? Yeah. So yeah, it's probably. And we don't know exactly. We kind of, I think you guessed that he was like in his 40s, 50s.
Either mid 40s to late 50s.
Okay, something like that maybe. And for all we know, he could possibly be older. Because of a theory that we're going to get to in a minute.
Yes.
That actually is something that was supposed to be in the original print of the movie, but it didn't make it, sort of like something that happened with Little Mermaid, similar to that.
Yes.
But we'll get to that. But because of that, he might possibly be older than we think.
Mm.
Yeah. They say, remember... I know you say you think of Jafar too.
Yes.
We know Jafar was an old man there. Yeah, when he took all his his fancy clothes off there,
yes.
And he had that beggar disguise. Yeah, he was. Yeah, Jafar was actually kind of because the Sultan was like, "But you're so old. The princess will marry me." Yeah. So yeah, after that little song, and I also forgot, Keith David, Goliath from Gargoyles, and also Manny from the new DuckTales when they introduced Gargoyles in that series. I live again.
I think he had to hint to the song, say you want to see some green, and you want to hop around place to place. That's a hint.
That he's turning him into a frog, which he does,
and turn his assistant into Prince Naveen because his assistant is sick and tired of being pushed around.
Good old Mr. Lawrence, of course.
Yes, and he's also being tired of being treated like a second banana.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he want to get in that high and in charge there.
Yes.
And of course, we know the Shadow Man's got, Facilier got something he wants out of all of this, of course.
Yes.
As well as the friends on the other side he's working for.
Yes. He just want to take over New Orleans.
Yeah, he want to be the big cat.
Yes.
Yeah, so
He got it. I think in a later scene, he got a voodoo doll of the king of Mardi Gras.
oh yeah,
Charlotte's dad.
So apparently, I'm assuming he was going to kill him with that voodoo doll.
That might be the hint.
Mm-hmm. Because you know the voodoo doll, when whatever they do to them affects whoever they tied to.
Yeah, once Charlotte marries Prince Naveen.
Which kind of makes you wonder now. This, like I say, this is now. I'm just guessing. Now I'm just assuming this might not even be true. Makes you kind of wonder: had he had a run-in with Charlotte's dad at any point?
Maybe in the past, possibly.
Yeah, the fact that, because I know the voodoo dolls I've heard the whole way that one of the ways that the magic of voodoo stuff works, they have to, I think, have some strain of that person, like their DNA or their blood or something like that.
Or a piece of their hair.
Right, in order for those dolls to work. Which explains why, when they get to the part, shake a sinner's hand. Oh, your transformation. Oh, and he had this little
talisman.
Right, that bit into the prince's finger to get his blood there. Yeah, so
And it's not like the blood samples you have to take from the doctor's office.
Oh no,
That's worse.
yeah. So I'm thinking, this is just me assuming. It's I don't have any clarification of this being true, but I'm assuming that the Facilier may have met up with Charlotte's dad in the past.
Maybe it's a possibility he may have had worked for Charlotte's dad in the past and got fired for what he's done. He may have got fired. So he's taking on revenge.
Sort of like what Jafar working for the Sultan. He want to take over his spot.
Yes.
Yeah, that could actually make a lot of sense there, because
he may have worked for him at one point.
Yeah, he probably not sure what position he probably worked, but yeah, that could be a bit of a maybe he messed up or something, and got fired, or possibly was fed up with his job there and quit. And took on the life of fortune telling.
Yeah.
And again, like I say, we don't know how exactly, or we guessing some ages, but yeah, like I say, thinking about Jafar, he could, with the Jafar logic, he could be pushing close to 100 there.
Jafar.
Well, yes, but also Facilier.
Oh.
And the reason I'm assuming 100 or possibly a little over that.
Yeah.
We're getting there. So, of course, the prince is now a frog, and Lawrence is the prince, the disguise, sort of a Sherman Buddy effect, but with magic. Yeah, he did. Yeah, so the fact, because Lawrence is kind of chubby like me.
Yes, he reminds me of Belle's father from Beauty and the Beast.
I guess this would be Belle's father's evil cousin or something. Well, maybe not so. Well, I don't think Lawrence is so much evil. I think he's pretty much the equivalent of like Hades,
Fed up with his job.
Right, and Dr. Facilier could be in that same position like that.
Yeah.
And of course went to dark methods because I assume he probably, if he worked for Charlotte's father, he may have just quit.
Oh.
And resorted to dark methods there, sort of like Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh! When he lost his wife, he went to the dark side to try to get her back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, things like that can drive a person to do things like that. It's like Joker saying Batman, one bad day. It can happen to anybody.
All it takes is just one bad day.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of bad days, let's just say things didn't go well with Tiana as she heard the news from the restaurant that she bought with that she talked to that the guys she talked to, the Fenner brothers, and the Fenner brothers stated that somebody outbidded her with the restaurant, who made more money than she did, and I assume that person might be white.
Oh,
Who outbid her with the restaurant that she wanted.
probably because of what they said, and then being that this movie's in like the 1920s and stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was the 1940s at first.
Yeah, but according to Google, it said the 20s there.
Yes.
So, yeah, considering both of these guys are the way they are, yeah. So yeah, apparently them and their buyers are kind of part of the whites that's, not so nice to us.
Yeah.
Charlotte and her dad, the nice ones. These guys, not so nice.
I think they stated that she has until Wednesday to build up to outbid the person who bought the restaurant, or else she won't get it. And they think that she cannot make that much money because of her background.
Mm-hmm.
Hint, hint. Because she's black. Not only that, but she's also a woman.
Oh, double. That's a double negative. I didn't even think about that second one, but oh boy, that's a double negative there.
Yeah.
Cause that and that's very much true. Cause not just us as black, but even ladies in general, coming up in that time did. Because if y'all look at our friend Martin, when they went to what if Martin Luther King didn't exist?
Yes.
And they went to Miles School. His teacher, he had because in the present day he had his teacher, Mrs. Clark. She's white, but in the world where Martin Luther King didn't exist and the school was segregated and all white. They went to Mrs. Clark's class. Now she actually did not treat them bad. She was trying to get them out because she didn't want to lose her job, but she still had a nice demeanor to it. But when that principal came in, he's like, "Why didn't you kick them out?" "Well, I tried." "You're a stupid woman."
Ouch.
Whoa. Yeah. See what I'm? Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. And like I say, Mrs. Clark was white, and you saw what. Yeah. It was not. It wasn't. So it was more. It was even more than just belittling us. It was just they was also just belittling pretty much all the women in general.
If it was an adult version of this scene or the entire special in general, he would call her a stupid. Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, go
extreme.
As Woody say, the word looking for wouldn't be so PG.
Yes, I bet in the time period women are called that in that time period.
Oh yeah, because you take that movie Django. Oh boy. Now they went all out with it. They really showed you the brutality of that type of behavior and treatment.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
It'll be a whole lot worse if we're in a time period if Jesus didn't exist.
Well, I have that. Yeah, no, you ain't gonna get that now.
I mean, if somebody created a work of fiction like that.
Oh yeah, but in reality, we know that's not gonna happen now.
Because it's already been done.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So like I say, double negative there.
Yes.
And they say it's almost like that comment in the Black Knight that they came up with, Nor.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That was sort of a racist term there. Yep. So, it seemed like all hope is not...
And we thought all hope is lost for Tiana until Charlotte tried to cheer her up.
Oh, yes, with giving her a nice dress to come down and enjoy the ball there.
Yes.
They try to get... Cause I don't think she really told Charlotte, because Charlotte actually, bless her heart, she's a little spoiled daddy girl, but like I say, I give her a lot of credit for how well, just like her dad, how nice she is toward Tiana.
Not just nice, but also being understanding.
Mm-hmm.
I think she just looked at the way her facial expression
Right.
is right now.
Right, and Tiana didn't like come out and tell her. And earlier, she had the money that she was gonna that she had along with what she saved.
Yeah.
Charlotte had given her quite a bit of money for I think
To make beignets.
yes, and at the same time when she was throwing the money at Tiana, she mentioned it was like, oh, this ought to be enough for your restaurant there.
Huh.
So yeah, but like I say, those two guys had to be buttholes, and
Give us a picture amount. Unless you can match that amount, we won't give it to you.
And I bet the person who outbids her not only just white, but also a man.
probably a bigot at that there.
Yes.
That's the term. Yeah, the bigot types there.
The
Yeah.
fat cats.
Oh yeah, possibly literally, but also metaphorically speaking too.
Yes.
Yeah, and but of course, Tiana doesn't say anything about what just happened to her, because I think probably in her mind she don't want to bring Charlotte down, but Charlotte still sees what's like going on. Hey, let's get you up and get you a nice dress then, so you can have some fun. To try to, sort of like Timon and Pumbaa with Simba, when he didn't tell what was going on with him, so they just did, what they knew to cheer him up. Yeah.
Yeah, there are times I feel the same way. I don't tell how I really feel.
Yeah,
but there are times people just figure it out.
Oh yeah, because sometimes we be so depressed that it's kind of hard to get out. Sometimes,
When people figure it out, you just have to just tell them.
Yeah, in order to get as Zach and Billy say, to get some closure.
Yes.
That it's all right and everything.
Yes.
Yep. So once she's all dressed up and even given a tiara to match the dress there.
Oh.
Yeah. And as I said again, bless Charlotte's heart. And Tiana goes to wish on the star, of course, and just when she does, Naveen comes up as a frog.
And she totally freaked out when he spoke.
Oh yeah, because like wow, this is real.
And she thought that she might be hallucinating.
Oh boy.
If only that was a hallucination.
Fortunately, no, she wasn't there, and he explains about the Shadow Man, and then he comes to the conclusion by looking at the frog and the princess and the frog.
Well, actually, the frog prince.
Frog prince.
Yeah.
That if you because he thinks Tiana's a princess because of her tiara and stuff that Charlotte gave her.
Yeah.
And he's like, so if you kiss me, I will become my human self. So she does this, and she becomes a frog too.
And she freaked out.
Oh yeah.
But she turned into a beautiful frog.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she was a pretty good looking frog there. Funny how when they turn into animals in the movie, they sort of do have a few human features of them.
Oh yeah, and they're especially face-wise.
Yeah, sort of like when Cusco turned into a llama.
Imagine a live-action version of The Princess and the Frog.
They have that out, surprisingly.
They did?
I'm not sure if it's out yet, but I saw the year on there, 2023.
Oh, I think it's currently in development at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Or may, I have to look it up, but maybe possibly on Netflix. Maybe it may be like the Pinocchio movie.
Yes.
May have went straight to streaming there.
Oh.
Or like Disney Plus, something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, so it could be a streaming movie.
Oh.
Yeah, because they do. I know they have some of those there.
Yes.
And it might be coming out like at the end of the year or something.
Either between the end of the year or 2024, if they decide to release in the theaters.
Yeah, because like I say, I don't know when that trailer came out. I just noticed it pop up when I was looking up stuff on the Princess and the Frog. Yeah. So with some wacky antics, of course, they end up, well, out of the party.
Yes.
And there's even a funny moment where the drummer tries to smack them and ends up making a beat.
And we saw a dog up in age try to chase the frog. And let's just say that dog has a huge belly. So huge that's starting to make Garfield skinny.
He's been around a while.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an old dog there.
Yes, at least he's been eating good.
Yeah, so like that old dog and Lady and the Tramp. Well, I reckon that could be the case. Did I tell you about my old paper?
Oh, reliable.
My old reliable. So now they're in the swamp and everything, and Facilier, of course, is not too happy with this, him or Lawrence, and more so Facilier, because Lawrence was supposed to keep the prince in a jar.
Yes.
But he escaped, and without the prince, they can't continue getting more of his blood to keep him in the prince form.
Yes.
As well as also Facilier needs all this to happen to make his deal go through of knocking off the Mardi Gras King, and Lawrence get his little riches and everything, and of course he get his cut, and also to deal with his friends on the other side to get what they gotta get.
Let's just say Dr. Facilier is working under his friends from the other side.
Right, because they want the different certain souls of New Orleans. So I'm guessing the king must be one of those souls there that they want there.
And once the king dies, they would have his soul.
Pretty much. So yeah, so pretty much they turned Dr. Facilier into a soul collector.
Wow.
Yeah, and through his deal makings and fortune tellings.
No wonder they nicknamed him the Shadow Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, as of course Tiana and Naveen are going through their little journey as frogs, they end up running with some alligators that try to eat them. They have to escape them.
And we know in real life, crocodiles and alligators eat frogs.
Oh yes.
Because they're considered predators, and the frogs are the prey.
And because it's a New Orleans movie, we got the frog leg, yeah. So,
Yes.
yeah, because that is a big thing in the South, frog legs, yeah. Not my thing. I know that's probably gonna sound weird to other people down here in Louisiana, but it is a thing.
Yes.
So I'm kind of the odd man out of the group there.
It's just like French people eat snails.
Yeah. Yeah. Not exactly the most appetizing thing, but like I say, that's the thing. My only issue is when people be making fun of that there.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, look, I'm not a snail eater, but hey, what? I'm not gonna mock somebody who does, though. I'm just saying.
It's like you don't mock the people who live in the poor sides of Africa because of the way they live.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna mock them because they're struggling to survive.
Yeah, yep. So, of course, one of the alligators is actually really friendly.
His name is Lewis.
And he likes to play jazz. I want to play with the big boys.
And he plays well with the trumpet.
Imagine seeing him in the real world, an actual alligator playing the trumpet. Like all of a sudden, like just say one shows up, like we step outside, one shows up, and okay, naturally we about to run, but he's like, oh wait, I'm not gonna hurt you. I just want to show you this tune.
And everybody would just pause.
Yep. What y'all think? I bet that sound pretty tight.
And then they go back and sit down slowly,
Oh.
and then clap.
the friendly trumpet playing gator.
Yes.
Maybe I guess he might be related to that gator that. Well, no, that was years ago. I was about to say he related to the gator that they threw through the Wendy's drive-thru in Florida.
Oh.
Yeah, the young buck guy got up and said, "What am I gonna do today? I think I'll go sedate an alligator and throw it through the Wendy's drive-thru."
I know these people were scared.
Like, really?
What's next? A dog?
Well, he did say he sedated it there.
Oh.
Yeah, so the gator was kind of out of it.
What's next? A human being?
Lord have mercy.
Throwing a human being in the window?
You know, he really be in trouble.
Oh.
Yeah. And then, of course, along with the gator, they also meet Ray, a lightning bug there.
Or some people call it a firefly.
Firefly, yeah.
Yes.
Sorry. And, of course, he's played by old Jim Cummings, who we all know as Darkwing Duck.
But with a southern accent, they call him Raymond.
And I think you told me that he might also play Jambalaya Jake from Darkwing Duck.
Yes.
Who is from the Bayou.
Yes.
So that would explain the Bayou accent. And of course, he has a love interest of his named Evangeline. Evangeline, yeah.
Yes.
That is a star in the sky, which could possibly be a firefly that died and is now a star in the sky. So, especially with what happens to him later.
Yes.
After meeting up with these guys, they go to Mama Odie, who in the original draft of the movie, I found somebody pointed this out on TikTok that according to original drafts, Mama Odie was supposed to be the mother of Dr. Facilier.
Yes.
And they were supposed to have a big voodoo battle.
Yeah.
So, if you go by that, chances are, because they say Mama Odie's 197.
Wow.
So, for him to be her son, that means he's got to be anywhere between his hundreds to 150. So you got some spry elder people walking around this movie.
I know we have some spry elderly people in biblical times.
Oh yeah, and you know, maybe if that's the case,
yes,
you could say maybe one of the deals that he made with his friend on the other side was living so long. Think about that.
Have a longer life.
Right, possibly, and even maybe even his mama maybe had that deal, but maybe in her case she probably had some different friends. Because notice in the mama's case, she's actually she's actually on the good side there.
Yes.
But so Dr. Facilier probably rebelled and like, hey, I want to do my own thing. I'm on the dark side. And it still could link with the fact of him having, possibly working with Charlotte's dad. Not saying that he did. I don't know what the writer's intention was, but like I say, if that's true, it could still connect.
Imagine us as human beings in this day and time live past 90, not just past 90, but also 100 and beyond.
We'd have a lot to tell.
Yes.
We've been some of the stories we would tell the new generations.
Don't get me started. If we could live past at least, I would say, 150 years old.
That's some miracles there.
We will have I know elderly people have a whole lot of stories.
Oh yeah, the older they are, the more stories they have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they lived it all.
So now it making me think of my of old Pastor Odom there, God rest his soul. Say, because I know he was already up in age when I got baptized at his church back in '93. He was already up in age there. And one thing he always said, I'm gonna bury everybody up here. He did a lot of funerals. He did. He did live up to what he said there
Yeah.
for a very long time there. So, yeah, Pastor Odom was a wrong living pastor there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all wanted longer lifespans, but they all say it's only if it's the Lord's will for you to live a long life.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a, and to say the true way
Yes.
of the true way of living up to any age that you live up to, yeah, is based on that.
Yes.
Yeah, but long as you don't end it early.
Like making the foolish choice.
Right, or maybe not so much foolish. Yeah, if you don't, not if you're real, if you're careful, you don't gotta keep yourself. Keep yourself out of danger and stuff like that.
As well as just working hard to live longer.
And also, and taking good care of yourself. Yep, you can live as long as the Lord let you.
Yes.
As long as the Lord got intended for you.
There's an old saying, we heard the saying, wait on the Lord for everything. That includes wait on the Lord for your death.
Right, they say and also a scripture, which is a song.
Yes.
They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They will run, they mount with wings like an eagle. They will run and not faint.
Yes.
Yeah. It was one of them oldies that we sung back at Pastor Oldham's church there.
Yeah. I know everybody in this world just choose life.
Oh, obviously.
They all choose life.
Anybody want life.
Yes.
What regardless of what the person's background, we all want life.
Yeah, they all choose life.
I put this way, anybody in their right mind who want life.
Yes. Even if your life is terrible, you just have to make it better.
They would definitely want a better life, obviously.
Yeah, even if it's terrible.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Mama Odie, of course, is played by old Jennifer Lewis.
Yes.
Who we all know as Aunt Helen from The Fresh Prince.
Yes.
The one that always talking about her husband Lester.
Yeah.
Oh, Lester, get in here right now. Yeah, and also she has played, of course, other roles that they Sugar Mama's sister Spice.
Yeah. She might have been in a Tyler Perry movie somewhere, but I don't know which one.
I think I know which one. Family Reunion.
Oh, yes.
Yes, that she was in. I remember seeing her face in that one.
She does have a roster now.
Oh yeah, yep. She was Sister Spice there. She's you get out of my way, baby sister. I gotta get my show on the road, and you must feel my power. Yeah, and Mama Odie, and also her appearance and everything was also the inspiration of how I illustrated the character Serena for Bubbalina.
Oh yeah, her appearance.
Mm-hmm. And also her mannerism and stuff. Yep. And speaking of Sugar Mama's sister, when she one of the lines she delivered,
Hush up and look at the gumbo.
so it made me think of Sugar Mama when she said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know we all heard our grandmothers at some point say, "Hush up." Yeah.
They did. The frogs did tell her that they wanted to go back to their human forms, but Mama Odie told them, in order to get what you wanted, you have to dig a little deeper.
Oh yeah.
Meaning you have to go through how you really feel on the inside.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So the self-discovery kind of thing there.
Take Prince Naveen for example. He wants to marry some woman who is rich with lots of money in order to gain back his riches. But deep down inside, he has feelings for Tiana.
Oh yeah, after spending time with her, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
As for Tiana's case, she didn't get the message. She still want to continue to work hard for her dream.
Yes, it takes a little. Well, I put it this way: she does, but it takes a little longer to get to what. Yeah, for her to see. Um,
Every perspective is different.
oh yes, and of course, while all that was going on, yeah, we do see what's going on with Lawrence, disguised as the prince, trying to woo Charlotte, and yeah, since he's running out of the prince's blood, yeah, he's starting. Remember how when Buddy turns back into Sherman?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'd be funny if they referenced that professor.
Oh, your lip is swollen.
And why is your butt so big?
Oh boy, I believe I have gas.
Oh.
Well,
And he's hiding his true form.
he was trying to like put. There was one thing he did that was kind of made me wonder why Charlotte didn't say anything on this. I guess she was so wooed by the prince, but he was. At one point he tried because his mouth came. He tried to hide it under her dress.
Oh.
I think y'all can figure out the. I think y'all can fill in the blank there.
Now the talisman he has reminds me of an hourglass.
Yeah.
His time is running out.
Mm-hmm. Which means Dr. Facilier has to get his friends on the other side to get the frogs. Of course, after some convincing and charm.
Yeah.
Because at first they're not so happy about this, but he's like, look, just help me out. And I promise you, we'll get what you want. Okay?
And then all the shadows spread out.
Oh, yeah.
Almost reminds me of the Death Angel.
Pretty much, yeah. So, well, again, well, slightly a little different now.
Except these shadows are trying to get a frog.
Pretty much, whatever it takes for them to get their souls. So, of course, they do manage to get the prince. They catch up to him there just when he was about to express his feelings to Tiana. Kind of a buzzkill there.
Yeah.
But of course, Ray actually reveals that to her. Reveals that to her and everything. Tells her like, hey, he really got some feelings for you there. So this, of course, results in her having to try to get to him, to where he's at.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a moment with her and Facilier where he looks into her history, like, hey, Tiana, why don't we make a little deal? You want the restaurant that your daddy tried to get? You can make the deal, make a deal. Just give me that talisman back right now, and you can have it all. All what you worked hard for.
But we see that Tiana didn't give him the talisman back. And she did state it. My daddy did not have what he wanted, but he had what he needed, which is love.
Mm-hmm.
And he also has his family.
And broke the talisman there. And because of and also before then, there was a death that occurred. Oh boy, Ray, the lightning bug. I mean the firefly.
He'd been squashed by Dr. Facilier.
Yeah, because he was trying to help there.
Yes, by getting the talisman.
Oh yeah. And it's a very tragic moment with his passing there.
Yes.
And he gets to be with his, but on a happy note, he gets to be with his love.
Aww.
In the sky.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, which proves the point that in this universe, the fireflies become stars.
Yes. In their universe.
Oh yeah.
But in our reality, fireflies are just fireflies.
Mm-hmm.
And the stars we see up in the sky, they're made by God.
Oh yeah. Yep. So all that with the talisman shattered, yeah, Facilier can't make his deal and everything and of course, Lawrence can't be the prince no more, and he just freaks out and runs.
Yes.
When Charlotte screams, he just like, oh, forget this, ah!
And he ended up in jail.
Yeah, I think he almost like he ran right into the cop car.
Uh-oh.
Like
The cop wagon.
just ran right into it. Thing, he was in a panic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I bet he was begging to the cop, say, please, I'm innocent.
Yeah, I think he was.
But they didn't buy it.
Yeah, because he was. And then, of course, we get to, as far as Facilier's fate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just say he didn't have a good fate.
Yeah, the friends on the other side weren't. Well, remember what happened to Scar when. Oh, my friends. I thought he said we were the enemy. And
And they end up eating him.
In Facilier's case, he's dragged down to hell.
Ouch.
Yeah, I mean, they don't come out and say that, but yeah, it's pretty much implied there. You pretty much can put the pieces together.
Even though he doesn't deserve that type of punishment, he's just a misunderstood man.
Yeah, like that's exactly, yeah, that's how I know, and I know you're probably gonna be like, well, wait a minute, he was the villain, he was doing this and doing that, but looking at what his the possible backstory that he has, even
Yes.
with his connection to Mama Odie, dude was a victim of wanting power,
A victim of circumstance.
right? He wanted power and went to the dark side of it. He sort of. Which, again, like I mentioned before, he made me think of Pegasus's case.
Yes.
He wanted Pegasus, of course, in the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Did a lot of, soul stealing and stuff like that. But in the end, in his mind, he felt like, eventually he would get his wife back. Yeah, he wasn't trying to, he wasn't trying to take over the world. He just wanted to get his wife back. Facilier's case, he wanted to rule New Orleans, like Charlotte's dad, be in charge. But as you stated, he might have possibly worked for Charlotte's dad and probably, didn't like his life there, and that's probably what led him to that decision.
I know we do a lot of bad things in our life, but we all don't deserve to go to hell when we die.
Yeah, that's one reason why I like to say is our job as Christians to try to keep people from going there,
Yes.
Like I say, so yeah, like I say, don't be so quick to say, oh, you go to hell. Like I say, they may, no matter how bad somebody treats you, don't ever wish that upon anybody.
Not only that, but Jesus saved the world. He saved everybody. He died for us, just to pay for our sins. So we don't have to perish.
All we have to do is choose that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you say, we have the freedom of choice of good or evil.
Yes.
So yeah, like I say, the choice we make determines what happens to us, not other people. It's what we do.
Yes. And we don't have no jurisdiction of who goes to heaven and who goes to hell. We don't have the jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and because that's why I was like, I was like, okay, I understand, you want him to, the consequences for his actions, but I felt like, I kind of felt like, he would just be like Lawrence. Yeah.
Yeah, just get arrested.
Right, for, the different actions he was doing, but yeah, the drag, it kind of that was a bit much there, especially when he was pleading for mercy there.
Yeah, if he did get arrested, as time goes on through his time in prison, he would just change his ways.
Possibly. Yeah, it's sort of like the Dark, which I know it's gonna be a while before I get to this point, but spoilers. The manga version of Yu-Gi-Oh, unlike the anime where Pegasus is still alive, but he just has one eye, but still alive. In the manga, yeah, Bakura just killed him.
Oh.
Yeah, when he took the eye out of him there. Yeah, and you don't see Pegasus no more in the manga.
That's it. That'll be the end of him in the manga.
Right. So.
Was he only there in issue number 1?
Talking about
the first manga.
He was throughout the Duelist issues there.
Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist Kingdom arc.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, apparently, yeah, he gets Dre does. No, I'm not ready to go. No.
I know he's begging for. He was pleading mercy.
Yeah, and then you see a tombstone with his face on it. Yeah.
Facilier. And the way his face looked on the tombstone, he looked like he was in a panic. He was scared.
Yep. And of course, in my theory, because like I mentioned about in my Descendants videos, my character is his son, along with Amelia being his daughter.
Yes.
As you see in the Descendant movie, and he actually is alive in those movies. In that universe, I feel like if he did meet that same fate in that universe, like in the original animated movie,
yeah,
chances are somebody got him out of there.
Yes.
Yeah, somebody some kind of way got him out. Could possibly been either his mama Odie, possibly.
Yeah.
Or some lucky or the lady who or possibly the lady that he hooked up with and got his kids from.
Mm.
That's my assumption there. And despite however old he is, it probably obviously a young lady to bear his kids there.
Yeah.
So like what Sarah told Abraham, like, yeah, why don't you go over there to Hagar and get a kid? Yeah. So. Yep. And as for Tiana and Naveen, well, they think they're gonna live the rest of their life as frogs, and they're like, well, might as well just accept as frogs. And they get married as frogs with Mama Odie, and when they kiss, they become human again.
Wow. And it looked like they got some new get-ups.
Oh yeah. And I think they finally realized what Mama Odie was trying to tell them.
Yes, true love.
Oh yes. In all ways.
Yes.
And she does get her restaurant there with a little persuasive help from their gator friend, of course.
And they also have a second wedding for their family.
Oh
their
yes,
human family.
Which sort of reminds me of one of my cousins that married the one that I based Star Striker on.
Yeah.
For the Yamiko series. His wife is actually from Africa, so they had two weddings. One was like the traditional wedding that we have here, like what me and Christina have, for example, at our at the church here in America. But the second wedding was the traditional African wedding there, which is also Christian as well.
Yes.
But with the African customs there. And as Steve Harvey stated when he went there, yeah, they go out. They really give you a celebration there.
They do.
And like basically when he was talking about how they greeted him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's next? They gonna bow down here?
They might have. I don't know. I don't know if they did that, but I know they lifted him up there.
Yeah.
like a king there. Like what? Yeah, which he was cool. He went with it. Like okay, doing the thing. It just kind of caught him off guard there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, so now they got the restaurant, and of course Naveen is not only got his stuff back, but he's using it to help Tiana out there, because like I say, he developed feelings for her, and is like, you know what, hey, why don't I help you out there?
Yes.
Yeah, especially with the mushroom mincing.
Yes, and Louis got his dream of what he really wanted, which is playing with the big boys.
Oh yeah, they let him play with the big boys for their restaurant.
Yes.
Yep, and he's still a gator.
Well, since Tiana is the owner.
Oh yeah. So yeah, make sure everybody know, hey, nope, Louis just want to play.
Yes.
He cool. He with us. Yeah. I like old Louis though. Yeah. He was like that like the as they say the type of character that's you know big and you think he's fierce and everything from how he looks.
Yeah.
But inside he's like a little innocent puppy. Or like a yeah, like when he saw like one scene he saw some musicians come, but when he saw the shadows, he thought they were hunters with guns.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's guns! Ah! Even though like okay, you think like okay, well wait, you're a big alligator. What are you scared of? Yeah. Sometimes that don't always mean that yeah people have different traits regardless of who or what they are. Just like old Crunk, you know, big muscle dude, but he's like a little kid inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, when that scene when he was in his t-shirt and boxers,
You're Crunk in underwear.
Uh-oh.
I was like, dude, all the muscles, what are you ashamed of?
Yeah, so
that's of course the Princess and the Frog, and with a song from Neo, of course. And I really gotta say this to say note hands free, you know, notes beforehand and
Yes.
yeah, it's actually working pretty well there.
Yes.
Yeah, should have done this earlier. Yeah. And anything else you had to say there about it?
Well, let's just say it's the type of movie that never disappoints. I like the different backgrounds. The backgrounds look realistic, especially all the houses in New Orleans, and the way the houses look, especially the mansions in New Orleans. They remind me of paintings you see in different museums.
Oh, really?
Yes. And let's just say all the characters were spot on, including Prince Naveen. We see that Prince Naveen went from being a guy who was so full of himself as well as a ladies' man to being humble as well as self-sufficient after he married Tiana. That he wanted to do more things for himself as well as helping Tiana out. In order to have a better life for himself and giving Tiana a better life as well. He just want to be a provider. We do see a big character development towards Naveen.
Oh yeah.
And we see Tiana got what she really wanted, and we see throughout the entire movie of how she got her restaurant. And let's just say getting the things that we really want in life is not easy. And that movie's an example there of how she's getting the restaurant.
Yep, it's definitely a process there. So
yes.
Even like with us with our different comics and also other things outside of that you know
yes.
were like getting married for one thing.
It just shows you the aspects of getting what you want in life. And how you get it.
And that. Yep, and it does. And to say take some work to get there, and also, but while you're working hard, as Mama Odie say, don't lose sight of yourself. There, you know, if you're, what's really important.
She did dig a little deeper.
Right, and then like one thing Tiana realized, all the work she was doing, like a dad, but one thing she had kind of forgotten was, yeah, her dad was working hard, but he still took out time with, his family and the neighborhood and stuff like that.
And time for himself.
Right, just to,
just relax.
Yep.
Look like we got two morals in this movie. The first moral is working hard for what you really working hard for in life, like Tiana getting her restaurant, and the second moral is just looking inside of yourself by looking through a little deeper, like getting a little deeper inside of yourself, that's what you really want in life. But what about your needs?
Yep, and also people, and also the people around you too.
Yes.
Yep. Your loved ones there.
Yes. And life is all about balance.
Yep, you definitely. As Shaq said, the static. Gotta take time. Gotta say, with all the stuff you do, you gotta take a little time out for yourself sometime there.
Yes.
Like he said, ooh, got fans on my right. Ooh, oh, this over here. If I don't take time out for Shaq go crazy.
Yeah. We all have, I know we all have 24 hours in a day, but we have to manage those 24 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's all.
It all depends on how well you do with those 24 hours and how you work it.
It's not always easy, but yep, but it's not impossible either.
Yeah. And I know we see a lot of people working 2 jobs in this day and time in order to survive. Some of them do get breaks in between, but others, they just work 7 days straight with no break or no day off.
Yep.
Which is hard for them.
Especially you go way back to those times. Like even you take like Big Papa, you know, to say when him and Granny first got married there.
Yeah, I couldn't see myself working 7 days straight.
Yeah, well, the good thing is that things are the way they are. We still work hard, but we don't have to overwork ourselves like that, because some people are in a position where that's the only thing that they can't or maybe not can do, or either that they know that maybe in their mind the only thing that they think that know that they can do it for them there,
that they have to do
right, and they have to do whatever it is they can do there. It's all in a matter of the person and their situation there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But like I say, do it all and don't never lose sight of your true self there.
Yes.
That's there. Yep. So anything else there?
It's like an updated version of the original story of the Frog Prince, except you get Tiana herself transforming into a frog, so you get 2 frogs instead of 1.
Sort of one of their adaptations into the story there.
Yeah, and your focus is on 2 characters instead of 1.
Yep. That would be the case there with this story.
Overall, it is an interesting movie, as well as a romantic movie that can be enjoyed again and again.
Yep, and definitely could picture ourselves in this movie.
Yes.
Yep.
As frogs, as long as they don't eat us or kill us.
Oh yeah. Why? My name is Prince Gabe, and ooh, what a lovely princess you are. So if you kiss me, you could be my princess.
Oh.
Yeah.
I might just pass on that. If it was my
birthday.
birthday.
A real talking frog.
I would just pass on the kiss. Thanks, but
yeah.
I don't kiss frogs.
Yeah.
I would just keep you as a pet.
If I'm a talking frog like the prince, it might be a different story. You won't know unless you in that situation.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. She probably would.
Oh.
Yep. So anything else there?
That's about it.
Okay. Well, guess if nothing else said, yeah. Hope y'all like what y'all heard there, and definitely check that movie out for yourselves, and be on the lookout when Mother's Day come around for a very special review. You will see when it gets here. Oh yeah, very special. And till then, like, share, subscribe, share with your friends, buy some available comic books, and also support us on Patreon, as well as also sponsor a video, just like our previous sponsors have done. And we will see y'all in the next video. Take care, everybody. Au revoir. Oh, trying to say the French for goodbye there.
Oh.
Not got completely shot. I know bonjour for hello, but yeah.
I think some French people say oui, I guess. I'm not sure.
Oh, we later.
All right, bye everyone.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
At least we didn't turn. At least we didn't turn into frogs on the camera. That would have. That would have made a rating.
Yes.
What? What?
If we did turn into frogs, I don't know how we're gonna turn off the camera.
Like this, we would lash our tongue at it.